Jonathan Lee Riches Investigates. Let's talk about Bryan Kohberger's TAPATALK account. When Bryan Kohberger was a teenager, about 17 years old, 16, 17 years old, he posted on a forum called TAPATALK, and he had the name Exarr. Looks like a photo of Bryan Kohberger as a teenager, and I think it is him. But he made a post. He made a post on the 4th of July, 2011, and it was a long post. I was able to convert that post from text to talk, and I'm going to share that with you now. It provides some insight about what's going on in Bryan Kohberger's mind. So I'm going to share that with you here right now, and then we will discuss. Check it out.
July 4th, 2011. July 4th, 2011. I have had this horrible depersonalization go on in my life for almost 2 years. I often find myself making simple human interactions, but it is as if I am playing a role-playing game such as Oblivion. I can see what is going on. I am slightly into it, but I can pause the game and focus on my real life. In this case, my life is the game and my old self can be reached by pausing the game, but how? I often think of things that humans do, things I have done my whole life. I feel like an organic sack of meat with no self-worth, as I am starting to view everyone as this. Everything I have ever done makes no sense. How did things get this way? How am I wearing this shirt? And who decided that humans shall wear shirts like this? Are we all just advanced animals with possession? Or is there more that I can't see? I can't connect. I view everything as I would if I was playing Oblivion, pointless and full of nothing, out of reality. I am moving out of my house. My last holidays were already lived, but where was I? As my family group hugs and celebrates, I am stuck in this void of nothing, feeling completely no emotion, feeling nothing. I feel dirty, like there is dirt inside of my head, my mind. I am always dizzy and confused. I feel no self-worth. I am intelligent, but I feel the opposite. I say things I don't mean. The last holiday in my house, the house I grew up in, the house I once contributed to, the house once felt at home in, is past. As I hug my family, I look into their faces, I see nothing. It is like I am looking at a video game, but less. I feel less than mentally damaged. It is like I have severe brain damage. I am stuck in the depths of my mind, where I have to constantly battle my demons. Am I here or am I fake? I feel myself slipping away. I hear screams faintly, but I constantly battle away from it. What if I let go? Where would I be? Would I ever come back to reality? I try to remember where I originated from, but I can't. I barely remember my childhood. I often fear being 80 years old, alone, and having faint memories of my parents, everything I missed out on. I think about my father, what a good man he is, how I treat him like dirt because I have this condition, and I can't take it. I might spiral out of control and lose myself in the void. I can't let it all go. All of these regrets I predict for my future self. All of these thoughts of remorse. I got this when I was in my stage of discovery. Now I look in the mirror and I see this sickly, tired, useless and stupid man in the mirror. He is a complete disgrace. He doesn't even deserve to live. I remember when I was 15, I would wander alone at 2 a.m. Everything was so generic. Nowhere felt like home. I saw things that were not there. A different reality. I felt eerie and alone. I died during those nights. I felt like a criminal. But where was my record? I can't talk without flinching now. I used to be this healthy blonde-haired boy with blue eyes, and in a few years I have darker hair and darker eyes, half the body weight. Where did I leave off? I try to sleep. I try to clear my head, but the pressure won't go away, the pain and depression won't leave. Being me is this horrible disease that I was given. I think of this as I succumb to sleep, but I see a large intensity of black/yellow/white fuzz. It makes my mind fizzle and I can barely keep in the bounds of reality. It is as if the ringing in my ears and the fuzz in my vision is simply all of the demons in my head mocking me. I fall asleep, but I wake up quickly to bloody screams. Is any of this here? Am I brain damaged? No? Then why am I like this? I have these thoughts all in my head. I search for someone to relate to me. Everyone looks down upon me. No one can relate. As I try to read, suddenly my eyes look right through the words. When I look up, I see blue dots near the center of my vision. When I feel slightly calm, it gets hard to breathe, and I see bright dots in my vision. Nothing I do is enjoyable. I am blank. I have no opinion. I have no emotion. I have nothing. Can you relate?
So let me know what you think about all that. You know, that is a mind of Bryan Kohberger, 16, 17 years old, posted it on the 4th of July. Was that the start of his downfall? I wonder, I want to know his thoughts, as a teenager growing up, and then, him turning into an adult, and then eventually doing what he did, what he's arrested for in Moscow, Idaho. Idaho 4 hashtag. I think the affidavit of probable cause that the authorities released has very damaging evidence against him, from the DNA to the cell phone pinging to the surveillance of his white Hyundai Elantra, his behaviors, trash out there by his parents' home. I think he's guilty. Remains to be seen what happens. He has to go through the process. So, wanted to share that information. Subscribe to my channel, hit the notification button. I'm covering this case and digging deep into Bryan Kohberger's friends, associates who he corresponded with, his behaviors back in the day. I got a lot of videos up about people that had encounters with Bryan Kohberger, so check that out. And then also talking about the victims, bringing awareness to the victims, the 4 victims in this case, and I'm going to be covering the trial. So go back to all my videos. I've been on this case from day 1, and I will continue to do so. So we'll talk soon. Everyone stay tuned. Justice for the victims and their family.